In this video, I'm going to show you how I did an update on the radio of my saab 93 Cabrio. This was my original radio, left top. Outcome change. First of all, I suppose that it is very important that you know how is the sound system that exists on your car. Since we are going to change it, it's important to know where are the parts and how are they connected. You can come to this page here on the bottom. In my case, I have here that I have the premium 150 sound system, meaning that my radio amplifier directly drives the front speakers and the rear speakers. And I have a second amplifier below the rear left seat that drives the door woofers and also the center speaker. This center speaker I will not be using. The way I'm going to change the sound system, I'm going to replace the radio amplifier by the new Android unit, and this new Android unit will drive the front speakers and the rear speakers. It will not drive the door speakers. It is my option because I plan to install a subwoofer with an amplifier. Like I'm going to install it either below the back seat if it fits, or in the rear of the seat, or in the trunk. And this subwoofer, besides having, of course, the large woofer for bass, it also has an amplifier that I can use for driving the door speakers. Now, something that I learned from one video that I'm going to show you, it's a very important video, is that the system sounds like the indicators, the turn signal indicators, and also the roof operation and the beep at the end of operation of the roof. Those system sounds, they normally come from the front speakers, most of them. Since we are now connecting these speakers to the new unit, we lose these sounds. These sounds are important, so what I'm going to do, I will connect the center speaker to the output of the amplifier, to the left output or the right output of the front speakers of the amplifier, so that I keep these signals, these sounds on the center speaker. So we will see on this video how to install the Joing 10 inches Android radio, the connection of the front and rear speakers, and system sounds in the center speaker. And in the next weeks, I plan to record a new video on subwoofer installation and rear camera installation as well. This first YouTube video is very, very interesting. I thank the author very much because it provides lots of information, namely that I mentioned about system sound coming from the front speakers and need to be redirected to center speaker. Remove the air vent is quite difficult, so there is also a video on YouTube that I think is very interesting, and I recommend you to see it. And this is the link to the new ad unit. The selection of the ad unit was pretty Simple because by measuring our cars and comparing it with the size of the joint 10 inches unit, it's perfect. It's a perfect fit. It also allows to use the cup holder as well. Now, you need to buy, or I recommend you to buy a basic end unit. I bought this one on eBay for a few tens of euros. The purpose of this end unit is twofold: is to provide housing for the new radio, so we can remove that plastic that is let's say the exterior plastic of the basic unit. We will cut it and make it as the housing for the new joint radio. Another important part of this unit is to remove the PCB, the board that it has inside. It's quite easy to remove that board, and then we will place the board that we have inside this basic unit. We will connect it to as a dummy board inside our car, so that the fiber optics stays connected, because it's a fiber optic connector. But not only the fiber optic, because I tried just to make a shunt in the fiber optic connection and the car still didn't work. It really needs the electronics that it has inside. You just need to isolate this board very well, and then you have lots of space to put it aside. In my case, I realized that the number of date or kilometers for the new service must be stored somewhere inside these electronics, because when I plug this dummy board, the car immediately asks for a service. I need to reset the service. Now, that housing of the basic unit, dummy unit that we just bought for making the new installation of the joint, you can put them side by side and you will realize how much do you need to cut so that they are aligned. You need to cut more on one side than on the other side, but anyway, you need to cut. In reality, I try to avoid making this cut here on the left side, because I thought that by keeping this plastic here it would be more robust, but it ended up being a mistake. As you can see in the final result, my display shifted a few millimeters to the right. I should have cut these. Maybe I will do it. Okay, so after cutting, as you see here, I cut only on one side. I didn't cut it on the other side, so that's why it was slightly shifted to the right. But the joint unit can be fitted perfectly, and that's fine. Now in the car, after you see that video that I have referred in the beginning about how to remove the air vents, you will be able to reach the point where you have only 2 screws to remove, and be able to remove this original unit. And then you just need to cut on the right side, on a slight cut on the left. That will be required to able to shift the new unit in. Okay, that's it. About the center speaker, you can use a card to remove one edge, and then you have only 2 screws that give you access to the center speaker. You can pull out the center speaker, you unplug the center speaker, you can isolate the wires and put them aside. then you can connect new wires, new pair of wires that you can pass to the bottom part of your car to the amplifier, where you will connect it to the output of the left front or right front speaker, actual amplifier in your car that will keep on providing the system sounds now on these speaker. We need to get access to the amplifier, of course, so we need to remove the air conditioner control using a card on one side. On the other side, it comes out very easily, and then you can use these red parts, just pull them apart so that the plugs are disconnected, and you can remove this control unit out. You also need to remove the ashtray, and to remove the ashtray, you can simply use a screwdriver to put some pressure on this plastic part on the left so that the ashtray can come out. After removing the ashtray and removing the control unit above the amplifier, of the air conditioning above the amplifier and radio, you can remove the radio itself. This is your radio with CD reader. To remove the radio, we need to bend these metal parts. They must be bended to become close to the body of the amplifier on the left side, as I'm showing you here with the screwdriver, but also on the right side. So you just bend them both, and you can place your hand below where the ashtray used to be, and you can pull the amplifier out. After the amplifier comes out, you have access to the plug on the back of the amplifier, where you can see the power connection, you can see the speakers connection, and we will be able to change the wiring. Of course, we need to do the dummy board connection, as you can see here on the left side. On the right side, you can see already some wiring that was made. I can mention this antenna plug is the antenna plug that you need to buy because it doesn't come with the joining unit. You need to buy this adapter. It will adapt the part of the joining unit to the type of plug your radio has. So you will find it in automotive audio parts. You see here that I'm using this is a Hertz cable, yellow, green, rigid copper wire, just to use as a guide and to go and fish some ends that are. I will show you how to use it to fetch the microphone, for instance, or other wires.